It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Washington Wizards playing against the Jazz out in Salt Lake City. Utah's been playing with a lot of focus. They are really playing at a high level right now, going 8-1 over the last 9 games. And with Ricky Rubio, Kenny, you kind of know what you're going to get, a really good defender and playmaker who sometimes, well, more than sometimes, struggles with the jumper.
See, I'm tired of that, Ernie. Every time people just go about what NBA players can't do. Tell me what he can do. And what he can do.
I said he's a good playmaker and defender.
Yeah, but they always want to harp on the fact that he might not be a great shooter.
The first thing I mentioned was he's a good playmaker and defender.
Yeah, but it just bothers me when other people do it. How's that?
Well, fine.
Because Rubio is a great floor leader and a great passer.
You know, he's not the shooter Pistol Pete was, but has similar flair to his game.
Love his toughness.
He has a similar flair, but he's no pistol.
You're
Come
right.
on now.
You're right.
Come on.
You're right.
There's only one La Pistola.
La Pistola.
And with that, just about time for tip-off. We'll see you later.
Salt Lake City, Utah, fully illuminated tonight as we get a look at our broadcast setting from the skies high above. We're in Salt Lake City, Utah, where the Jazz are looking to take one from an Eastern Conference opponent. 2K Sports brings you Friday night NBA action with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. This is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. Taking a look at Washington, they sit in 11th in the East right now, not quite in the gutter, just in limbo.
And I think it's an important game. They only faced this club twice this season, and you mentioned that loss in the first one. You hate to get swept in a season series.
That has to be in the back of their minds, at least a little bit. So we'll see if they add any wrinkles to their schemes in this one.
like most stars now want to play on a super team, Doris, even if it means making personal sacrifices.
No doubt. And sometimes a player makes decisions. It doesn't have everything to do with money, and it doesn't have everything to do with touches. Sometimes when you get to a particular state in your career, it's about winning ultimately. And what does it take for me to get a ring? And those are the drivers of a lot of players' decision-making.
And now Washington's starting group. We've got Brown. Bradley Beal is out there with Satoransky. Then it's Trevor Ariza. And it's Bryant in at the center position. Ariza outside. Here's Beal. He's off on that one. And Utah the other way now. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
I mean, you'd have to question their effort, Greg. They did a great job at penetrating and kicking out. The defense simply wasn't up to the task.
Hands it from downtown. Beal's got his first 3 points of the game.
Boy, a dead eye like Beal, you better close out and force him to put it on the deck.
Offensive rebound. And that one's good by Favors.
Well, so rewarding for a player to beat everybody to the basketball and convert that second chance bucket.
It's Beal on the wing. On the wing, Bryant. Defended by Gobert. Ingles, that's for two. Count it. Ingles has got his first basket of the night.
Boy, that's the vision and ability to deliver precise passes. Rubio completely on point.
And so Satoransky will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. It's a three-point game, and the shot goes down.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Jazz have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
Wow, gentlemen, the quick first step of Donovan Mitchell gets the advantage, and it's over.
The Wizards have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Rubio against Satoransky. Gobert with the block. One-on-one here. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Whoa, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. And it's Washington's ball. Trailing by 5. Stolen by Mitchell. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. Here's a look at some of the players that have exploded in the second half of the season. These are the scoring leaders since the All-Star break. 5th is Bradley Beal.
He is making his mark in a big way and with big points. You love to see guys get better the later in the season we get.
Satoransky with it. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Suns in Phoenix. He feeds it to Beal. Ariza has the open look. The Wizards with another miss. Jazz have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. And it's Mitchell missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's Beal on target from 13 feet. Beal's got 5 points so far.
He's gotten a little bit more selective with his two-point jumpers, but that's a shot Beal hits with regularity.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Ariza, a three-pointer off the mark. So it's Rubio bringing it up for the Utah Jazz. 3-point lead. They went to Washington for their last meeting with the Wizards, and they came out with a win.
A huge margin of victory for them when these two teams squared off last, and they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
Yeah, I think when your bench puts up that kind of productivity, it makes your offense so much more difficult to defend. It's a key element in their last win.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
To me, guys, Donovan Mitchell gives evidence and credence to the notion that drafting players is more art than science. Think about it. This guy taken 13th, not much was expected, but all of last year he was neck and neck in the heat of the Rookie of the Year talk.
to check out the stats for Favors. 9th in shooting percentage, and he provides that deterrent around the rim, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in blocks per game.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from 3, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense. There's the pass to Satoransky. Beal gets a wide-open look. Off target from three-point range. Jazz leading by 5. And our Hall of Famer David Aldridge had a chance to speak with Scott Brooks. David?
Well, Kevin, I talked to him about the shot blockers they face in this matchup. He said if we can play a little more up-tempo and score before their bigs can recover and get set, that'll help. Also putting them on the move in half-court sets, whether ball screens or screen and roll, can help as well. We'll see if his team executes his game plan, Kevin.
David thinks sounds like he's prepped his guys on how to handle this opposing defense.
And no surprise there, because they're facing a team that can win games with its defense. They are an aggressive bunch from the start.
No, it's so true, Greg, because make a mistake and this team will capitalize. They need to keep a tight handle on the basketball and limit their turnovers.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
The drive by Mitchell. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got assist number 5 here tonight. And so it's Washington with it. 6-point game. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
I mean, they were so impressive offensively. And when you do that, that can really help you on the road.
I think intensity is the key, right, Greg? When you play with energy on the offensive end, good things usually happen.
And the shot goes in.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Here's Bryant, and Bryant slams it in.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum change.
Oh!
You got to be kidding. Well, why did Donovan Mitchell win the dunk contest? Case in point right there.
And that last replay, courtesy of the Under Armour Hover Havoc, unleashing a little bit of chaos. Right side Beal. There's the 3. Utah with the rebound. Here's Mitchell. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And Greg, right out of the gate, Donovan Mitchell seemed like a veteran more than a rookie.
I mean, his professionalism was one of the first things Ricky Rubio noticed about Mitchell. Father played minor league baseball, knows what it takes to succeed in professional sports. And you can just see it in his approach to practice and his commitment to improving his game. Mitchell was already the surprise of that 2017 draft, and I don't think there's any question he's destined to be a star.
Boy, this is as exciting a combo guard as there is in the NBA. Donovan Mitchell's craftiness, his assertiveness, all of those things make this guy special.
There's Beal with the 3. Gobert pulls it in.
I'll tell you, he hasn't been able to find the mark all night. It's a big reason they're staring at this deficit.
The drive by Beal. And finished off by Beal.
Well, difficult choice for the defense, right? If you sag off, he drains the jumper. In this instance, you give him a step, and he finishes with a big-time drive.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Yeah, you know, it looks like they've wanted it more. Outstanding hustle and determination throughout.
Wizards trail by 11. And Satoransky kicks to Brown. Washington calls timeout. And you can't help but notice that Ricky Rubio has grown as a player.
Well, he talked a little bit about losing his mom recently, and he was very close to her, and he said it changed his priorities and perspective on life, and that balance has translated to more effectiveness on the court.
Bryant finds Beal. And so it looks like the Wizards will retain possession here. As we close in on the start of the playoffs, let's see how the East is stacking up. You look at the Bucks. Very strong season they've had, always at or near the top of the conference, and right now they're in first place in contention for that, exactly where they want to be as they close in on the postseason. And, of course, Washington, right now, quite a ways down below.
And, you know, for the Wizards, there were fears they'd be one of the NBA's doormats this season. Those fears have turned out to be well-founded.
Yeah, the people who said they hadn't done enough in the offseason to improve this team were exactly right. They never put the foundation of winning in place.
And Satoransky kicks to Bryant. And here we go. Rubio heading to the hoop. And it goes down 2 points.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And so Satoransky will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Down by 15. Reza passes to Satoransky. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Boy, the assist just put on time and on target. Easy shot opportunity.
And it's Mitchell with the jam.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how they've built this lead. They played as one, shared the basketball, running their offense to perfection.
And it's Beal in the corner. Rebounded by the Jazz. Favors got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Mitchell. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. To the paint, here's Beal. Good work there as it goes. Beal's got 14 points for the game.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Mitchell's shot is good.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Washington with the ball. 17-point game. Brown outside. Has to be the tray. Offensive rebound. Bryant. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The Wizards shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Jazz. Well, court vision, Doris, one of those intangible skills. You had it when you played, and when it comes to seeing the floor, I'm sure you have people that impress you with the way they see what's going on.
Kevin, I feel very lucky and fortunate to have witnessed one of the seminal players of his generation and arguably the greatest passer in the history of the NBA, and that's LeBron James. I mean, this guy's ability to make any pass, to put a 50-foot pass on a rope from one side of the floor, maybe from the hash mark to the opposite corner, and put it in the shooting pocket of different players is mind-boggling. At the center spot, you've got the young and talented and pass-first center of Nikola Jokic. And then, of course, the man who, to me, for a 10-year stretch, was the best pure point guard in the NBA, and that's Chris Paul. And listen, historically, some of the guys I loved watching, Steve Nash, John Stockton, I loved Mo Cheeks. Listen, I'm very partial to men who want to distribute the basketball and who take special relish in watching guys score baskets off their work.
A different look for Utah. Jay Crowder's checked in for Favors. O'Neal comes in for Joe Ingles. And it's Korver in for Ricky Rubio. Bobby Portis is checked in for Washington. Jabari Parker comes in for Brown. And that one misses.
Well, I think one of the things that strikes you about Quinn Snyder is whatever is at his disposal in terms of players, he makes great use of it. He loses Gordon Hayward, dealt with a ton of injuries, and yet the Jazz are always competitive. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
And a large part of why the Jazz stay competitive is Snyder's creativity.
Right, he calls his system advantage basketball. They're trying to make the most of screens and cuts to give a player an advantage on the catch. I'll tell you, that turns good players into very good players. Well, you've got to look at this guy's shooting as one of the main reasons they've been able to build this lead.
And Satoransky kicks to Parker. To the paint. And finish off by Bryant.
Outstanding pass. He reads the play as it develops, and his lead pass is absolutely perfect.
Mitchell's shot is good.
And really focused on establishing dominance down low. And, guys, it's working.
Oh, no doubt. I think they've controlled the paint. They've used their size and strength to get off any shot they want.
Now, here's Satoransky. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game. Here's Mitchell, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, Rudy Gobert has taken on more of a leadership role with this team. Clearly a difference maker on the court with his defense, and will get the team to fall in line. Hard to argue with one of the elite rim protectors in our league.
Two shots.
The first one falls. And with Gobert, he does so much as a defender with his impact, Greg, in the paint.
Yeah, and Gobert does so much in terms of cleaning up his teammates' mistakes while they're defending out there on the perimeter. It allows his teammates to be more aggressive on D, knowing he's going to be that last line of defense. And Gobert won't let them get too comfortable, as he is one of the more vocal players in terms of shaping their D.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Wizards trail by 20. And Beal kicks to Parker. Bangs home the trifecta. Parker's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Listen, Beal could have taken that shot, but the court vision's so good that he sees a chance to get his guy a better look.
Here's Satoransky. Pass to Beal. There's the triple. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Well, there's no consistency from the field in this quarter. We'll see if he can get his shot going.
Here's Satoransky over Mitchell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And I'll tell you what, Doris, Thomas Satoransky, he's got some game.
He certainly does, Kevin. We're talking about a point guard with excellent size and vision. He's an efficient shooter with some big-time range. And Satoransky will be a little bit more assertive the more confident he gets. This guy is on his way up.
And the first one at the line is good. We now have rules, Doris, that protect shooters from defenders stepping underneath them. But what about when the defender leaves his feet and the offensive player steps underneath and tries to draw the foul?
Well, I think one of the things that we have to look at is, okay, we certainly do not want the defender to have unnatural movements which place him underneath the feet of the shooter, because that's where injuries can happen. On the other side of the equation, and this has become problematic to me, you see far too many shooters either jump unnaturally outside of what should be a straight up and down shooting motion, or guys who kick their legs sideways in an attempt to draw contact and fall over. But Kev, this is where officiating is about feel, touch, and vision.
And it's Beal in the corner. A 3-ball. But they get it back.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
And O'Neal gets it to go. 1:16 left to play here in the first. To the inside. And that one's good. Parker. Parker's got his second bucket tonight.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Good on the three-point shot. 37 points for Donovan Mitchell.
Boy, this guy has been transcendent this quarter. Something really lit a fire underneath this guy.
And Satoransky kicks to Beal. Back to Satoransky. And a wide-open look for Portis. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Here's Korver. No good. Now the Wizards take it the other way. Down low, here's Beal, and it's good on the assist by Parker. 16 points for Bradley Beal.
What I love about Bradley Beal is he is an effective, efficient scorer. He always takes quality shots.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
And Satoransky kicks to Beal. Craps in the tray. Beal's got 19 points.
That's something he can do all night, gentlemen. Beal is deadly spotting up.
Here's O'Neal. Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for Utah. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. Back to the action after this word. Rudy Gobert talks about his expectations for the team.
Every year I want to keep getting better, and people didn't really believe in our team a few years ago. They were kind of laughing at us. When I say I want to win a championship, people are laughing, but I believe that we're going to win a championship.
Well, and as a competitor, this is what you should be thinking, and Greg, you should be talking about, winning a title.
For sure. I mean, it'll take a lot of work, but Gobert sounds like he's up for the challenge of proving the doubters wrong.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a very convincing performance from the Jazz so far.
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
Not at all. Every time they get the ball, they're looking to burn the defense in transition.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at the Jazz, Crowder is the 4 and Gobert is the 5. O'Neal is out there with Kyle Korver, and it's Cephalosha in at the 3 slot.
I'll tell you, great job by Crowder to free himself up, an aggressive interior scorer.
Over in the corner, Green. The shot's good on the assist by Satoransky.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Korver attacking. They get it back. It's stolen by Green. Inside. Beal, the pass to Satoransky. Nice ball movement by Washington. It's Parker outside. Portis. Great positioning on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Korver against Satoransky. Buries it down low. Korver's got his first bucket of the night.
Kev, we know Korver is used to having a hand in his face, but how about that? He's at the cup. He's like, hey, I've seen this defense before. Boy, you have got to love the dime, the pass on time and on target. You know, when you're the Utah Jazz, you've got to look at the trades that have been made the last couple of seasons. Ricky Rubio and Jay Crowder both fit stylistically into both the offensive and defensive schemes. Both of these players provided major minutes for this ball club.
Parker outside, fires the 3. Rebounded by the Jazz. Gobert's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. And he banks in the layup. Cephalosha's got 4 points in the quarter. And Doris, for the Jazz and their trades, they've had a streak of coming out on top.
Well, to me, the front office deserves probably more praise than they've gotten. Not only for finding players in the draft, but also identifying players who are probably undervalued and who fit into the system that they're trying to play. It's what has kept a smaller market team like the Utah Jazz competitive for so long.
Wizards trail by 17. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That is his first foul of the game. Ricky Rubio checked in for Utah. And then for Washington, Mahinmi comes in for Bobby Portis, and Sam Decker's subbed in for Parker. Utah calls timeout.
Well, Jay Crowder, a versatile forward to me who fits in so well with this team. He can hit threes. He can match up well on the defensive end. This is a player who has a bigger impact than his stats might indicate.
Favors checked in for Gobert. And then for Washington, Trevor Ariza's checked in for Green. And it's Brown in for Satoransky. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. You know, with Crowder, it's his physicality, Doris, that establishes his presence on the floor.
Right. He is able to match up with rugged offensive players. This guy is strong enough to guard multiple positions, and even if his shot isn't falling, he can make an impact on the floor.
Closing on the start of the playoffs. Let's see how the West is stacking up. Taking a look at Golden State, they've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And, of course, there's Utah, down 4 spots from them.
Right now for the Jazz, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as the season winds down. Boy, that's a decisive move to the cup. He gives the defense no chance to react.
Pass to Decker. It's Beal on the wing, covered by Rubio. And that one is good from Bradley Beal. Beal's got 7 points for the quarter.
Every season you see Bradley Beal add an element to his game. This guy is a tenacious, versatile scorer. Boy, that's high-impact defense in the lane, standing tall to deny the easy bucket.
To the middle, here's Decker. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Well, everything starts with a great pass, right? That's really pretty.
Brown against Korver. Shoots over Brown. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
Wow, the pre-shot preparation of Kyle Korver gets himself square. What a soft-looking jumper.
Knocks it loose. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. A chance to take a moment and compare the front court and back court scoring on the night for the Jazz.
And they haven't needed a whole lot of work done inside because of what their guards are doing. It's been an outstanding performance by the fellas in that backcourt.
There's the foul. It's on Mahinmi. That is his first foul of the game. Well, the league is always looking for ways to adjust the rules, make them better. There's a committee that studies this every single year. And, you know, with that in mind, Doris, any rules you think they should alter or tweak?
Yeah, there's absolutely one, Kevin. And I think this goes to the point where perhaps we can have some more uniformity in the FIBA-ruled games that are played and the NBA. And there's one thing that's occurred in international play where players are becoming more athletic, and the opportunity for electric stuff to happen in transition is critical. To me, we have got to stop the intentional fouls, which are prohibiting fast breaks and all the potential for the explosive, exciting athleticism to be on display. So that, to me, is something we've got to address.
I'm with you. Thabo Sefolosha up there in age, Doris, now, but still very much a nuisance on defense.
You're right, Kevin. He's got those long arms to bother shots. He doesn't fall for a lot of fakes, sticks with his man through screens. This guy's versatile enough to guard 2s and 3s. Plenty to like with Thabo.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And the first one drops. That one is no good.
Well, you look at a guy like Jan Mahimi, who plays the center position, and certainly that's a position that's evolving in today's NBA game. And Mahimi has done his best to change with it. Changed his diet to become a little bit lighter and more mobile, which is crucial.
Teardrop shot and the layup by Ariza.
A strong finisher around the rim. Ariza with the size to do some damage.
Here's Crowder. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. That's 12 points for Jay Crowder. Doris, you mentioned Mahimi changing his diet. He said that was not easy for him.
Well, Kevin, his weaknesses are French food and sweets. He describes himself as a big-time chocolate guy. But you understand, if you're Jan, that you need to change your body type in order to be effective and increase your longevity.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
The Jazz shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. The Wizards making a switch here. Ryan's checked in.
One shot.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Washington Wizards. They're off to Denver after this game as they apply their skills at the Pepsi Center. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. Ariza kicks to Beal. Nice ball movement by Washington. That's good from Ariza on the assist by Decker. Ariza's got 8 points in the quarter.
And getting going here in the second quarter, his second 3-pointer of the game.
Favors fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
I'll tell you, solid concentration from the big man. Derek Favors fights through the contact thanks to all of that strength in his upper body.
And for so long, it seems Derek Favors had played in a crowded front court, but still can get the job done.
And Favors has shown his versatility and impact in spot minutes his whole career. Every team can use a player like Favors. He just eats up space inside and can play that tough D. Offensively, I think he'd like to get back to where he was around 2015, and hopefully he'll find the chances to do so.
Well, I think, Kevin, most people would say Derek Favors a throwback big man, right? The guy wants to be effective at posting up, but he can shoot the face-up jump shot as well.
To the middle, here's Bryant, and Bryant slams it in.
I'll tell you, such a tremendous rhythm to that sequence. Great player movement, great ball movement on the lead pass.
Inside, Here's Brown. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Ingles against Ariza. Ingles can't get it to go. Wizards trail by 16. Brown the pass to Decker. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Jay Crowder.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
For Washington, they have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
First free throw is good, and the Jazz making a change here. Mitchell's checked in. Good on both. Utah with the ball. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. 39 points for Donovan Mitchell.
Well, it's a level of concentration that has to happen for you to finish through contact. Donovan Mitchell doing work.
Back to Brown. And the rejection by Favors. And so the ball's out of bounds. Favors touched it last. Beal from long range.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
They retain possession. And the basket by Ingles. Now Brown. Knocked loose. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. And a moment to check out now what Utah has coming up. On Monday, they'll host the Charlotte Hornets. And then on Wednesday, they head out on the road to face the Suns in Phoenix.
And that game against the Lakers, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Utah leading by 18. Here's Ingles. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Ingles has got 4 this quarter.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Brown kicks to Bryant. Here's Ariza. Offensive rebound. Here's Decker. Goes up again. Bryant trying to free himself up. And the nice bucket inside from Decker.
Well, mouse in the house. He recognizes the size advantage and goes right to the rim. Good aggressive play.
And another assist for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. And here is Brown. Outside, Beal. He kicks it to Ariza. Misses the 3.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Beal with it. He had 28 points in the win against the Suns in Phoenix. It's Brown on the wing. Outside for Beal. No good from outside. The Jazz on offense. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. Mitchell's shot is good.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
It would take a major comeback for them to get back into this game.
And the chances of that happening don't look good.
Beal finds Bryant. Back to Beal. Tries again. The kick out to Brown. Tipped away. And stolen by Favors. Here's Rubio. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Rubio's got his second bucket of the game to go. They need to stop this run.
You know what, Kev? I think it's time to switch some things up, either by going to your bench or with a different look defensively to disrupt their rhythm.
Boy, terrific hands in anticipation. Rubio kick-starts the break.
And so Brown will bring it up for Washington. Outside Beal. And another miss by Washington.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jump.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
You know, Doris, many thought Jay Crowder might end up to be the steal of the Irving Thomas trade, but he had a rough start in Cleveland, as you saw.
Well, sometimes, Kevin, the fit isn't just right, but it's amazing he goes to Utah, and all of the toughness and the defensive abilities are exactly what the Jazz are looking for. So sometimes it's just about fit.
One shot, gentlemen.
And Washington has possession. 1:32 left now here in the second. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Oh boy, that's 2 on him now. And if he gets a third foul before halftime, his playing time is going to have to be limited for a bit.
1:29 left in the second quarter.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. The second chance effort. Rebounded by the Wizards.
I don't think the defense is much of a factor there. He just botches the finish.
That's his first personal.
The Wizards shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Shooting for Washington, Jeff Green, taking 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Jeff Green.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter. And Ricky Rubio might be one of the most unselfish players in the league. And not only for his passing and how much he enjoys piling up assists, but how he does a great job adjusting to what the team needs him to do and not worrying about his own game.
One shot, gentlemen.
Free throw drops for Mitchell. And for Rubio, who has been in the eye of the media for so long, Greg, he's always been unselfish. We've always seen that in his style of play.
You're right, Kevin. You've always been able to see that with Rubio's game. Great at making quick reads, seeing passes before they develop. I mean, he can see who's open and who's going to be open before he even catches a pass.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not helping his team. That was an awful quarter.
And there's Mitchell. That's good on the assist by Gobert. Gobert's got 6 assists in the game. 40 seconds left here in the second. Mitchell against Satoransky. Outside Beal. Stolen by Mitchell. And now Utah, fast break, jumps up. And again.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA, really taking it to the opposition. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
Satoransky against Mitchell. Satoransky, the pass to Beal. To stop the run.
Well, nice defense by Rubio, making an effort to frustrate his man.
And so it's Utah with a 34-point advantage heading into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, what has to happen in the second half?
Well, we got to keep getting stops and really just make plays. Make plays on the offensive end and be solid defensively. No magic.
It's a pretty simple game, right, Coach? Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first half mercifully coming to a close. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny's here. Shaq is here. A tremendous start for Donovan Mitchell. He had a scoring performance for the ages, putting up an enormous amount of points, 3 steals and 1 assist. And Kenny, what'd you see out there from the Jazz?
Well, we have to talk about the unbelievable job they've done rebounding the basketball. They've sent bodies flying to the boards on every possession. They've been a stronger, quicker, tougher team by a wide margin. And it's that dominance on the glass that's going to win them this game.
And over to Shaq, your take on the Wizards.
Well, they were playing like it was Christmas, Ernie. Giving up a lot of turnovers. There's no excuses for the turnover numbers, sloppy ball handling. They look out of control, and the execution was all over the place.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, the first half, what a thing of beauty. He was just living in the lane.
How special is it, Greg, to watch a guy who's able to get into the paint with speed and consistency? They cannot let him get inside like that.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Second half is underway, and here's who Scott Brooks has got on the floor. Ryan is out there with Trevor Ariza. Then there's Bradley Beal. Then there's Thomas Satoransky. And it's Brown in at the 3. Satoransky against Rubio. And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time.
Ricky Rubio.
That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul.
And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession.
Utah ball.
On your screen now is the 2K leaderboard showing us the leaders in blocks in the second half of the NBA season. 4th, Rudy Gobert.
He's been protecting the rim as well as anybody in the league during that stretch. I mean, he is not making it easy to take the ball inside.
Mitchell against Beal. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Ingles, one of the bigger stars on the Australian national team.
He's a virtual unknown when he enters the NBA, but a credit to Joe Ingles because he's a knockdown three-point shooter who now can manipulate pick and rolls. This guy is becoming a factor in the NBA.
Two.
And he can't get the first one.
Well, it might have taken Joe Ingles a few years to adjust to the NBA, but he looks right at home now. Was playing overseas until he made the NBA jump at age 27. The way he's playing now, it was worth the wait.
And he's good on the second. And for Ingles, he's a player that gives you a little bit of everything.
Yeah, he's played in a number of leagues and has picked up quite a few tricks along the way. Great passer, can act as that point forward if you need him to, but his shooting from the outside has made him into the strong player that he is. A career 40% shooter from three.
And Satoransky kicks to Ariza. Mitchell against Beal. The pass to Brown. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 13 with that last one. They get the rebound. Here's Favors, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Favors got 4 this quarter.
Well, that's the size of Derek Favors, allowing him to snag these boards. This guy, you've got to keep him off the offensive glass, Kevin.
And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Here's Gobert. And another assist for him. And that's his 20th assist. Wow.
Just doing a great job at orchestrating the offense.
Satoransky against Rubio. It's stolen by Gobert. And here comes the break. Good. That's another bucket.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA, really taking it to the opposition. And so Satoransky will bring it up for Washington. Searching for that first bucket here in the third. And stolen by Favors. And another fast break for Utah. Jazz running. Good on the bucket. Mitchell's got 59 points.
This isn't a tough case to crack. If they want to put an end to this run, they'll need to start getting back on D.
And Satoransky kicks to Bryant. Beal can't get it to go.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Nothing they're doing on the defensive end is working. They've got to figure something out, and fast.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Mitchell's shot is good. And so it's Washington with it. Now here's Satoransky. He has 6. Stolen by Rubio. And now Rubio pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Another possession, another assist. The chemistry he has with his guys is impressive.
Keeping his head on a swivel, actively seeking out his teammates.
And a terrific bit of chaos there on the replay presented by the Under Armour Hover Havoc.
And allowing this to go no further. He stops a 15-0 run by Utah.
The drive by Mitchell. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Keeping the pressure on and starting to pad this lead around the halfway point.
Yeah, seems like they're starting to pull away a bit right now. They just look a little faster and a little hungrier than the opposition right now.
It's Beal on the wing. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
They've got to start working for better shots. Just 1 for 4 in the second half so far.
Count that one.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
There's no doubt. They're making all the right moves. Their chemistry tonight has been phenomenal.
Ariza finds Beal. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
That's his first.
And you know what? He's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
Well, Bradley Beal is turning himself into one of the elite two-way players in the NBA. Go back to 2017 when he becomes the youngest player in NBA history to make 700 career three-pointers. It happens to be the same season that he was voted into his first All-Star game, and his coach believes he should be one of the best defensive players on the perimeter in the NBA. Let's watch and see.
Utah calls timeout. And watching Beal now, much more assertive than when he first entered the league.
You know what, Kevin? The physical tools for Bradley Beal have always been there. He's got great size at the guard position. He's a knockdown shooter. He is a quiet leader, but an effective leader. And he's learning how to be the voice of a team. There is so much to like about Bradley Beal.
And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Mitchell.
And this is the kind of performance that everyone talks about seeing in person. The way he's attacked the defense with no hesitation. The tough shots he's taken and made, just a masterpiece. When he gets it going, he can put up some big numbers.
Free throw good, Beal. Bradley Beal's evolution from prospect to all-star. He's a better scorer now, Doris, but also a better playmaker.
He is, Kevin, and Bradley Beal has been willing to take on more of the load on the offensive end. So not just wondering, okay, how do I get my shots, but how to involve his teammates. And his ability to improve that handle, the ability to put the ball on the deck and balance that perimeter shooting with the dribble drive makes him lethal.
Bryant shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for two. Bryant's got 8 points. Right side favors. And he makes that one.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Washington's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. To the middle, here's Mahinmi. And it's Mahinmi finishing it off.
That's how it's done, my man. Jan Mahinmi attacks the rim. No one gets in his way.
Another possession, another assist.
25 assists. What an unselfish performance.
He has been a sensational playmaker. Feeds it to Bryant. And finish off by Bryant.
A huge mistake, letting him establish that kind of position down low.
That's going in every time. Shocking that they let him get so comfortable down there.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Satoransky the pass to Ariza. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Jay Crowder's checked in for Utah. Utah's on defense. Mahinmi dishes to Bryant. Out left to the wing. Here's Ariza. They get it again. The shot by Mahinmi, no good.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Rubio against Satoransky. Ariza outside, all alone. And that one, good. Ariza's got 10 points in the game.
Such an accurate shooter off the pass. Ariza, a quick thinker who knows he can score in those situations.
And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Bobby Portis is checked in for Bryant. And Sam Decker's subbed in for Trevor Ariza. Pass to Decker. Gobert pulls it in. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
You simply cannot sleep on Crowder in transition. He's a speedy forward who will run the floor for easy opportunities.
Portis, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. The Jazz shooting an absolutely astounding. And again, another assist.
Well, he's now tied for third all-time in the record books for most assists in a game.
GA, he's been playing all game long like he knows exactly when and where to pass the ball. It's incredible.
And to notch 28 assists in a single game, it's something you just don't see anymore. He's among the greats now, and this has been a performance of a lifetime.
And it's Korver off the drive, and another assist.
And this is a passing display that will be dissected for years after this one.
Well, the dimes keep piling up, Greg, and now he is tied for second most in assists. What a floor leader.
And with his next assist, he now stands even with Kevin Porter's total of 29. Amazing that it could happen with just one more bucket from a teammate.
And Utah making a change here. O'Neal's checked in. Then for the Wizards, Green comes in for Mahimi. And Parker subbed in for Bradley Beal. Parker with a clean look. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. Parker's got 7.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Stolen by Satoransky. And even 3-on-3 break. And again, another assist.
Another possession, another assist.
You know, Greg, he's sharing the ball well, hitting his guys in their spot. And another assist.
I am just speechless here. He has now tied the record for most assists in a game.
Easily a transcendent game for him and his team. GA, he keeps setting up his teammates, and they keep knocking him down.
And it's just a mind-boggling number. 30 assists for him, and he has equaled the mark set by Scott Skiles back in 1990. 30 assists is more than most teams get in a game.
Here's Korver. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. He's got 8.
Well, this to me speaks to the work ethic of Korver. He's put in a ton of time practicing shooting over contested defense. What a pretty shot.
For Washington, they have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
At the line for the Wizards, Tomas Satoransky. At the line for 2.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And so it's Crowder with it. He'll bring it up for Utah. Nice ball movement by Utah. Back to Gobert. And another assist.
There it is. Move over, everyone, as there is a new assist king.
He has been magnificent, GA, all game with his playmaking, and now the record is his alone.
And to think the high mark of 30 assists set by Skiles has been bested here tonight. This has been a phenomenal game. And the crowd showing their gratitude for his play here tonight.
Well, GA, an inspired performance, passing the ball for sure. He's playing a game for the ages.
This is one of the greatest showings of floor leadership we've ever seen. His passes have been on time and on target, and they've been there all night.
Here's the list of players with the most boards in the league this month. The NBA's leading rebounders. 4th, Rudy Gobert.
He must be spending a lot of time in the weight room because he's shown such strength under the basket.
Washington's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And Satoransky kicks to Decker. Back to Satoransky. Crowder with the steal. Here's O'Neal. The rebound by Jeff Green.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Yeah, that's a surprising miss, Greg. I have a feeling if they get that shot again, they'll knock it down next time.
And again, Washington, no good. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Yes, that goes in.
Boy, hard to shade Rubio defensively. He's always mixing up the moves, stays unpredictable.
And Satoransky kicks to Decker. Passes to Parker. Clock at 6. Right side, Portis. Over Gobert. He can't hit that time. And Utah the other way now. Rubio with it. Now defended by Decker. Count it. 10 points for Ricky Rubio.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Jazz had to weather the loss of Gordon Hayward, so they need to play together to have success. Coach Quinn Snyder said, "We expect guys to put the team in front of themselves and support each other. Our strength isn't in one guy. We need each other." Kevin?
Well, David, one thing for sure, they come to play almost every game. Thank you. Good on the triple.
And Green's become a dependable three-point threat. If you don't get a hand in his face, he can certainly knock those down.
Rubio misses. Washington's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Satoransky against Rubio. That's a 2 from Parker. The rebound by the Jazz. Gobert's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work.
Well, obviously, Rudy Gobert sets himself apart on the defensive end. I once had a coach tell me, Rudy Gobert is a defense unto himself. The shot blocking, the shot altering, and one of the best rebounders in the game.
2 shots.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
That free throw missing. Indoors with Gobert in his defense. It goes beyond the shot blocking.
Oh, my goodness, Kevin, way beyond the shot blocking. That reach bothers enough shots that even when he doesn't block it, he's a problem.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Joe Ingles comes in for Crowder, and it's Mitchell in for Ricky Rubio. So he comes up empty, missing both.
Well, Kyle Korver has made a living in this league because he is a dead-eye shooter. I just love that he is still giving defenses fits, Kev.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
From the baseline.
Out of bounds. Washington.
56 seconds left to play here in the third. And Portis throws it down.
Really well done on that assist. He sees the target inside and puts it right into the hands.
Here's Mitchell. Makes it off the glass. Mitchell's got 14 points now in the second half.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. For Washington, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. The Jazz shooting a mind-boggling 79% off the floor. And got it! Another basket! 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
Satoransky, the pass to Portis. Brown wide open. He fires. Bangs home the trifecta. Brown's got 7.
And since halftime, they have been locked.
Another bucket. Wow.
He's scoring at an insane level here, folks. The defense powerless to slow him down.
Yeah, he's on a mission, closing in on 3rd place all-time in scoring.
And Wilt Chamberlain holds both the 1st and 3rd place scoring marks. First, of course, for 100 points, and 3rd place all-time with 78. Anytime Wilt's name comes up, you are making history. Just a really solid display there of rebounding. They've done it really all game.
Yeah, bottom line, more boards means more possessions, and that's how you build a lead.
And just showing you his determination despite the size difference.
I mean, how does he get that shot off? I mean, he had to angle that perfectly to get past the defender.
And so it's Utah with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Here's Randall. We've got Udo. O'Neal is out there with Mitchell. And it's Neto in at the point. That's the group right now for Utah. Mitchell with it. Now defended by Randall. Kept alive. O'Neal. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. O'Neal's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Jazz. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by O'Neal. Here's Neto. The shot from the low post is good.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
Well, typically speaking, transition points are high percentage looks. Get out and go. That's their philosophy.
Marker finds Green. Here's Randall. And the rejection by Udo. And they'll keep possession. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. Mitchell's shot is good.
This guy's trying to close this game out in style. He's not going to stop attacking until he's sure this win is in the books.
Randall passes to Green. Here's McCray. The three-pointer no good.
Boy, all sorts of space around him. If he can't hit those, the defense not going to worry too much about him.
Johnson, a wide open look. And the 3 off target. Jazz have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. And yep, another basket.
He has been simply unstoppable.
And he's now 3rd all-time for points in a game. 1 for the ages.
He surpassed Wilt Chamberlain's less famous scoring mark from 1961, and Kobe Bryant now in his sights.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Mitchell, and good, he hits it again.
And incredible. Never thought we'd see another player score this much.
I mean, it feels surreal, doesn't it? That score puts him tied for the 2nd most points in an NBA game. What a historic night.
And to think when the night started that
he got it again. Sensational.
And that score moves him up in the record books yet again.
He now stands, Greg, alone for 2nd place for points. What an unbelievable night.
And with 81 in the rearview mirror, he only has the great Wilt Chamberlain and his 100 mark left, a record nobody thought would be touched. But this is the closest anybody has ever come.
The shot is good by McCray.
I tell you, there are players who can get thrown off when they're that wide open, but this guy keeps his cool and doesn't rush it.
That one drops for him.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Jeff Green on the wing. The dish to Parker. Double team on Parker. Down low. It's stolen by Udoh. O'Neal with it. He's picked up by Parker. Bucket is good. O'Neal's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that pattern continues, guys. Another heat check. Another log on the fire.
Boy, the opposition has got to feel an avalanche bearing down on them right now. They're wiping them off the floor.
Parker finds Green, pulls from the top of the key. Utah with the rebound. O'Neal's got his 4th rebound in this one. Utah calls timeout. We've seen, Doris, the NBA take a very active role in growing the game internationally. Talk about some of the specifics you've seen in that regard.
Well, I think you have a great leader at the top in Adam Silver who understands that the game is growing on an international stage. It's becoming increasingly popular. And so you see NBA teams going over and playing regular season games in different countries. That's one particular way. Then you have the NBA Cares initiative, which when those teams are over there, they can go out and build basketball academies. NBA in Africa is a once-a-year trip, and they bring 2 teams of NBA players. Think about some of the players off of that continent where they have turned into legit stars. So I think it's important that the game continue to develop, and I love that the NBA considers it part of their responsibility.
Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for the Jazz. Allen comes in for Mitchell. Mahimi's checked in for the Wizards. The Jazz on offense. They're on a 16-5 run. Allen, that's good.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Here's Randall. Kicks it to Mahimi. Fires from deep. And again, Washington, no good. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum. Yeah, and in terms of accuracy, they are dominating the second half.
Well, they're certainly connecting on a lot of shots in the second half, generating high percentage looks and really cashing in.
He dishes it to Johnson. Here's McRae. Sinks the triple.
3.
McRae has got 8 here in the quarter.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Randall kicks to Johnson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Dominating this quarter. He's been absolutely fantastic shooting the ball, and they still trail.
Sefolosha. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the Washington Wizards. And Doris, last summer we saw the inaugural season of the NBA 2K League. Over half the league's franchises fielding teams. You know, it looks to be the start of something very special and very unique.
No doubt, Kevin. And the NBA has always been an organization at the forefront of embracing technology. And the reality is there is a huge market for this. The younger generation gets just as excited with how their virtual home team is doing in the standings. Big things on the horizon for the NBA 2K League. And you better not square up against me, Kev. You got no shot.
Okay, I've recorded that comment. Wizards making a switch here. Decker's checked in. Johnson kicks to Randall. 3-pointer. Rebounded by the Jazz. And Utah turns it over again.
Well, just loses his head for a moment. That's not overthinking. That's just not thinking.
Washington shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Here's McRae, defended by Allen, to the inside. And the layup's good off the glass.
Yeah, over the years, Mahimi has become more and more offensive-minded. You get him a paint touch, he's thinking score it.
Here's Cephalosha. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Randall kicks to Decker. And here's Johnson outside. Cans it from downtown.
And you can see where they're attacking here in the fourth, strictly from the perimeter.
Well, they've got the green light to pull the trigger from 3, and I'll tell you, they put it to good use here.
And now, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Washington Wizards. On Sunday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets. Then on Wednesday, the Chicago Bulls come into town, tipping off a homestand for them.
And that game against the Spurs, they have that date circled. They love to compete, and they feel they can play very well against that group if they can execute.
First one falls for them. When it comes to building confidence, Doris, some people say playing one-on-ones in practice is a huge help. Is that something that you did when you were playing at Providence?
Kevin, I believe this could be the single greatest development tool for any individual player. If you start at the free throw line and play one-on-one against a player who's maybe slightly above your level or certainly at your level, and you limit that one-on-one from the free throw line to 2 dribbles or less, your skill set, I promise you, is going to develop. The other thing I would encourage young players to do is play 3-on-3, because it forces you to move and to cut and to screen and how to do those things properly if you're going to be effective. I love 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3. It always helps you when you go back to the 5-on-5.
That's such great advice. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. Washington on D. Here's Cephalosha. The Jazz with another miss. Washington shooting well. They're at 45%. Randall kicks to Mahimi. Johnson outside. He tries for 3. Utah with the rebound. A baseline J. Drained for 2 points. Cephalosha's got 6 points in the quarter.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
On the wing, Johnson. Off target from 3-point range. High arcing shot. Cephalosha's shot is good. Wizards shooting only 35% in the fourth quarter. The offense looking a little rickety. Pass to Decker. Shoots from 12. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Neto, that's a 2-pointer. Decker with the rebound. Decker's got his 5th rebound in this one. To the middle, here's Randall. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got 4 assists now tonight.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Washington called for the foul.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
You know, a lot of people have looked at the schedule of the NBA, Doris, and they think you could eliminate back-to-backs of teams that face each other 4 times in a season, do a 2-game series in each city. It's kind of a baseball-type feel. Would you support that?
You know, it's an intriguing possibility to me, Kevin, because, one, it would cut down on travel, which obviously would make things a little bit better and easier for players. The travel schedule is taxing, particularly on back-to-backs. And so I don't know if there would be an opportunity for Adam Silver to maybe somehow run a test case. Would you be willing to put it in for a season, see how it fits in the overall context of the season? But it is an intriguing idea, and we are trying to improve the product no matter which way we go.
And both free throws good for Udo. And so it's Washington with it. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Back to Randall. Over in the corner, Brown. 6 to shoot. And Mahimi with the stuff.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage.
Well, that's an example of two teammates on a different page. They're both looking at each other like, hey, what was going on there?
And so it's Rendell bringing it up now for the Washington Wizards. Dishes to Brown. Some reports claim, Doris, that basketball is the fastest growing team sport. Do you think it has a chance to overtake football as the most popular sport in the U.S.?
Well, listen, anybody who is covering and carrying the games of the NBA is thrilled right now. The ratings for the NBA are off the charts. It increases in popularity every year. But let's remember the foundational sport in the United States of America is football. And the ratings for football, the NFL in particular, still dwarf the NBA. But the reality is there are challenges that the NFL faces. What those challenges have on the long-term business success in terms of, the concussions and the long-term implications, we don't yet know, Kevin. And if we could all fast forward 10 to 15 years into the future, it'll be fascinating to look back and say, wow, this was a seminal moment for both sports.
Great perspective.
If they think they can give him that shot and get away with it, think again, gentlemen.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Washington shooting well. They're at 45%. Randall passes to Decker. O'Neal comes with the double team. To the paint. Here's Brown. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
I tell you, coaches love those high percentage looks in the paint.
Shoots from the right block, and O'Neal finishes inside.
Boy, nice team basketball being played right there. You see the open man, and you deliver the ball right away.
So it's the Wizards now. Now Randall. O'Neal comes with the double team. Brown down low. O'Neal's there. And it's Brown missing. Now, here is O'Neal. He's covered by Brown.
Just a little hesitation on that release, right? His timing looked a bit off.
Randall surveying the D. Three-pointer. That doesn't go either for Brown.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
The Wizards shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. Stolen by Allen.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Jazz.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And these guys already with 45 wins on the year, so tonight we'll make it 46.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Donovan Mitchell.
Boy, with all the work he did at the offensive end, it seemed to me to take a toll on the defenders. They could neither match his energy nor his intensity.
Randall no good. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
And so it's Washington with it. Over in the corner, Brown buries the long-range jumper.
I'll tell you, there are guys in the league you can give that three-point attempt to. He is not one of those guys.
Timeout.
And the Jazz call time here. They're up. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the final quarter. player of the game, Donovan Mitchell.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
And with their spot in the postseason assured, he's picking up just at the right time to be on top of his game. .32 seconds left in the fourth. The pass to McRae. To the paint, here's Mahimi. The kick out to Brown, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Trying to cut into this lead. Bad time for a miscue.
Well, Greg, that's a huge error. You can't afford to make these kinds of mistakes when you're already playing from behind.
And here's Utah. And the rejection by Mahimi.
And this is what you like about Jan Mahimi defensively. He might not be the highest flyer, but big-time enforcer.
To the inside, Brown. O'Neal with the defensive effort. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Rudy, another strong performance for you guys. How good is this team playing right now?
We're playing great. It's all about our defense. When we play defense, when we focus, we communicate, and after we get easy stuff on the offensive end.
Rudy, a great win. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.